buy Phoenix, you buy local. Yeah, buddy.
Well, hello, hey everybody. Hello.
I'm back. I'm alive.
That's okay. He survived.
They tried to get me.
Chicago. Poorly Hung Devs. Hello, hello. Eric, huzzah! Hello. What kind of sweet beast is getting built today? Well, if you look at the parts list, it's a little bit crazy.
One of our favorite, a fully loaded Griffin.
I recently saw I got recommended a video that was like these people doing like a bracket style, like tournament style of trying to figure out the worst song, and it came out to be, well, it was like, it got cut off. It was like Gucci something, and then I assumed it was Gucci Gang, but I don't know if it actually was. And then a song by will.i.am, THE. I was like confused because I'd never heard the song, and I went and listened to it, and now it just keeps on randomly popping into my head. It's supposed, like, THE is the hardest ever, and when I was thinking about this is like a fully maxed out Griffin, that popped into my head. Anyways,
will.i.am wins again.
I mean, hey, say whatever you will about the song, it's stuck in there, lodged in there a little bit. How's everybody doing though? We obviously did not do any sort of anything. Sorry about that.
Any sort of nothing.
Feels like something always comes up. Did anyone else do Skull and Bones? Enjoy that though? Oh, trashy. I know. I see one person who definitely enjoyed Skull and Bones. Or I would assume.
Will not be paying $70.
Play it daily. Play it daily.
Old hockey puck.
Brewdog, what's up? Oh no, I was just apologizing for us not streaming at all or doing anything in the meantime. Played it with Rudy? Ooh, heck yeah.
Hockey puck of performance.
Not your cup of tea at that price. Might pick it up when the price crashes though.
Exactly. I'll pick it up when it's like 20 bucks.
What a lot of people do. I don't know if I've heard how you actually feel about the game though, Trashy. Like, I know that, like, I've heard that you've played it a ton, so you obviously can kind of guess that you enjoyed it. But I don't know if I've actually heard you say that you enjoyed it.
I heard it's just like a Mind Factory, right? Like you play for a little while, get everything done, whatever, and then play like in 4 more hours, and then do it again. Like your factories or something.
Okay. You pay the subscription, you can't justify $90 for the super shiny deluxe edition when you'll probably burn out in a month or so.
Yeah.
So it isn't like, is it not like, I thought that it would be super similar to Sea of Thieves, but it sounds like it's not necessarily.
All the ship combat's like just on your ship, right? Like you can't get off and fight. Yeah. Like, you can't board someone's ship and fight them, right?
Helldivers 2 has you on your knees, serving the people to save Earth.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones might be a bit later for you. Enjoyed the grind factor. Scully Bones, though it was great. Okay.
Helldivers 2 has sucked me in. I did get that. That game's super fun.
I like Sea of Thieves. It is, and it is.
I think Skull and Bones is more like arcadey.
I got, you know,
Gameplay at least.
as what tends to happen to me. I just got randomly sideswiped by Google recommended articles, and got recommended an article about a game called Project Orcs that is, it's like they just announced that it's a thing, basically. That's what the article was about. But it's like a
Is it like men can't stop playing this game?
no.
I hate those ads, dude.
No. It's supposed to be like a weird compromise between a tabletop RPG and a like computer RPG. Like supposed to be in between, kind of like a Baldur's Gate and a D&D. You can get off the ship and explore. Boarding is a dumb cutscene that takes you out of the action, so you avoid it. Oh, okay, that kind of.
That's Sea of Thieves. That's what it's for. They combat.
Yeah, that's something that I've been looking at. It sounds pretty interesting. Like I like the idea of. So they go really hard on like. They really enjoy that they designed a system where call it zero prep. So instead of like having to make a campaign like that, their idea is that you can go into it like you collaboratively make stuff up on the spot. And I think that'd be cool, but not exactly what I'm excited about. I like the idea of like the opposite of that, like creating you know, same type of thing. Being able to play it out on computer.
Way too much Baldur's Gate, Ryan.
I mean, that's if Baldur's Gate had like a level editor type thing,
Yeah.
oh, I'd be all over that.
You create your own like storylines and stuff. Like
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of people's jam.
I want to take a crack at the naval combat is exciting. That is one thing that I really liked in Sea of Thieves was like driving the ship, sailing the ship, and
Right, but you had to like work the cannons and stuff too. I think Sea of Thieves is less. It's just like an arcade, like PvP is just like didn't sound fun.
there's no sword fighting, which is your main gripe. That is odd for a pirate game.
It's a pirate game. And it's sus.
You should see my new weapons, you'll scream. Cool. I've kind of been like,
Guys, it is a quadruple A game.
I've been somewhat somewhat steadily playing Pal World still. I just got the handgun. Like an actual like handgun and not the like makeshift handgun. Like it turns out that where you plop your base down can have a huge impact on the game. Because I was getting frustrated because where I put my base down was a bad idea. And like I was like, I even was thinking to myself like, this is probably not a good place to put a base down, but I kind of like it and I can just fix it later, I assume. I was kind of wrong. It's kind of difficult to like. Not really plausible to just kind of like pick your base up and move it somewhere else. And so, but I finally I went through the arduous like task of like moving the base one by one by like constructing a new base somewhere else. And that made the game a whole lot easier and more fun doing that. You got a ballista and a mortar cannon. Mortar is so unfair. Interesting.
Oh, on Skull and Bones.
I'm guessing maybe is it sort of like not necessarily 100% piratey or like let me rephrase that. Is it maybe not like going for like historical accuracy necessary?
Picturing PvP being pretty boring.
Because a ballista doesn't sound very piratey.
I mean, all kinds of weapons, honestly. Like, they probably did have ballistas on some of them. Maybe they were like old whaling ships or something, and they just have a ballista on it.
You were told it's the best ship parts of Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag and Skull and Bones. It's been a while since I've played the Assassin's Creed games, and I actually, like for Christmas or whatever, got the like most of the Assassin's Creed games on PC. I really want to go back and play through all.
Or whales in the game. Oh.
I know like Ubisoft likes to print money by just like making kind of a somewhat similar game, stuff like that. But I swear they could probably print money if they did like a Master Chief Collection type thing for Assassin's Creed.
I've been loving Helldivers too.
The crackpot conspiracy theory though is that they don't want people to remember the story of the original.
I was tabbed out of Helldivers 2, doing some like work in the background, and I hear on the headset like they play. You're standing on your ship. They play like infomercials, like in the game or whatever.
Yeah.
And one of them was like for a perfume, but it was like Eagle Sweat, like perfume of freedom or something. I was like, oh, gee.
There are whales in the game, so you're wondering, Pat. You're wondering. Yeah. So, give me the rundown of Helldivers.
What?
What's like the general idea of?
Oh,
Helldivers?
just imagine Starship Troopers, and you nailed it. You ever seen that movie?
Yeah, it's been a while though.
Yeah, it's Starship Troopers basically, and it's like freedom, liberty, like trying to. They just like joke like spread managed democracy throughout the universe. Like,
Okay.
the game's pretty funny. But yeah, you drop like in pods to different planets. You fight like bugs and then these like Terminator things too.
Okay.
It's a horde game. You fight like hordes. Squads of 4.
Has anyone heard of natural selection before? Like or natural selection 2?
Yeah, I'm doing my part. The only good bug is a dead bug.
Ooh, Rudy, you have. Okay. There may potentially possibly be a natural selection 3. Uh, like Natural Selection 2, that's the one that I played. Uh, it's like a team-based, like it's a team-based game where there's like humans and aliens, and there's like um capture points that like generate like resources and stuff, and you're trying to like beat out the other team. Well, you're trying to just like beat the other team, right? But you do that by like growing stronger and like kind of overwhelming them. And it's really cool because like on the marine side, you like unlock better weaponry and stuff like that. So like, I think the kind of in-game marine stuff is like kind of like mech suit type things. And then on the alien side, you like evolve and you get better aliens. So you go from being like this like little dog type thing to like there's like a huge like rhinoceros gorilla looking alien.
Amy.
Like it's really cool. I really hope that there is some sort of like I hope that it does become a thing on Netflix 3.
Flavor 2's got some pretty cool stuff. Like, there's these like perks you can get. They're like orbital strikes or something, or like a resupply you call in. But to call them in, you have to do like up, down, left, right, like code kind of things.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, it's usually like 6 to 8 combinations. So like if you're under pressure, you have to like reinforce a teammate, like a respawn. You have to call in his pod, but it's like 6 of those. So like everything's chasing you. You're like, oh god, like.
That's
freaking
funny.
out. Yeah,
that's awesome.
it's funny to see like randoms, like if you group with a random person, they're just like freaking out. You can tell they're freaking out because it goes like they miss it or something.
Oh,
It's like
no.
no.
Oh,
It's pretty funny.
yeah. I was.
I like to see like stuff like that, like not just like the bandwagon. Like it's different.
Yeah. I was playing some more Lethal Company, and we just could not catch a break. We just got wrecked. We failed so badly.
Like one of my first games on Helldivers, I had this heavy machine gun you can choose as one of your weapons, and there's like a huge bug horde coming toward me, and I just like squatted and just like started unloading like the whole machine gun. And after like 30 bullets or something, my character's just like, Frida. Dude, there's little stuff that makes you chuckle. It's a pretty good game.
Robot missions are the most chaotic you've seen in a long while. In a game in a long time.
Robots are pretty hard.
Anyone remember the game Black and White? No. Not unless you're talking about Pokemon. I highly doubt.
Voice lines are hilarious. Liberty, damn you, or something. It's an overly patriotic.
Eric remembers you played God. It was interesting.
Remember Starship Troopers? They were like basically the same thing they had in there. It was like only good bug's a dead bug or something. One guy in the commercial was like, I'm from Buenos Aires and I say kill them all. Like just stuff that makes it like a little comedic.
At some point.
The opening trailer is pretty funny. Like this guy in the future gets out of his car at the suburbs, saying hey to his wife and children, and then all of a sudden like this bug comes up to his wife and children and like kills them both. He's like, no, liberty.
Wonder if I can find. So, I wanted to whenever we kind of slow down on like conversation topics, I wanted to bring up Dan Lee. I think it was yesterday actually. Did one of their digital expos where they kind of talk about products that they're working on, and I'm now realizing that they just split it into two for some reason. Why do they do that? Why do they always split it into two?
Schools.
But so Liam Lee has announced for cases. They've announced 3 cases, or no, 4 technically. Then on their other products, they've announced a new version of the Galahad 2 power supplies and their newest desk case.
Desk computer thingy.
I don't know why they didn't technically put that with the cases, because I would sort of consider that a case. Hello, you have a question. Which fan port do you connect your fan hub into? Anyone that isn't the CPU fan, probably.
It's yeah, fan hubs usually chassis fans.
So yeah, fan hub is we would hope. So we would highly recommend you plug your CPU fans into the CPU fan header, and like pretty much most things nowadays will come with a splitter. So like you have more than one fan that you need to plug into the CPU fan. Usually they'll give you something that you can connect them up and plug that in to the CPU fan. But all your case fans and stuff, if you have those on a port on a hub, yeah, you can just plug that into any chassis fan header. You can go online and look at the manual, or if you look on the motherboard, there'll be like 4 pins and then a little black like tab, or a little tab kind of off to one side. Let me see if I can just. I do literally have the web page. You have the
Oh, Liberty, no.
So yeah, you can see right here. This is also, that's what you're looking for, and you can see the CHA_fan1, chassis fan 1, chassis fan 2. That's what you're looking for. Yeah. First up, which I remember, I whenever I was watching this, they started talking about it, and I was like, oh yeah. So they have the SUP-01, and
Mushroom or whatever.
no, so it's not.
Mushroom.
It's not subbed.
Oh.
I don't think, because that's what I thought originally as well. I don't think it's actually a collaboration with the company. I could be wrong about that, but they didn't mention it at all. And I think it's actually completely separate. But it's a really funky layout. I think it's cool though. Some fans run faster than others, and your rear exhaust fan is super loud and you cannot control it. You've tried everything and it won't work. So yeah, what I'd recommend is try and trace down the cable, see where it goes to.
This isn't our computer, right? Your computer?
Oh, that is a good question. Yeah, is this because I was gonna suggest, I assumed that this is not one of our computers, and I was gonna say check and make sure that that back fan isn't doesn't, maybe it might not have PWM. Because fan connectors, there's 3-pin and 4-pin, and that 4th pin is for PWM, which it controls the speed of the fan. So if it only has 3 connectors, then it just runs full blast. Very jazzy. Ooh.
Ron Burgundy on the saxophone here.
Ghost Bias still allow control for DC fans by changing the voltage automatically. Okay, yeah.
I think a lot of rear fans that come with cases are DC.
Yeah. Plug it into a chassis by itself. Or a fan hub. So
it's not our computer.
if your motherboard doesn't detect the fan hub, motherboard spot.
I would double check that fan connector and make sure it's not a 3-pin.
I feel like your motherboard is the problem. And it's not impossible, but there's a lot more simple stuff that you can rule out first. Motherboard is a lot more difficult and a lot more expensive to...
Yeah, a lot less expensive.
Try a new fan, all your other fans run faster. Have you gone into BIOS at all and messed with those settings at all? Because it could be that like something weird happened and now
Also, some fan hubs have that primary connector. Plug like a DC fan into it. All the other fans run. You know what I'm talking about? Like one's always painted like red or something, or
yeah, usually like the first slot, or it'll be marked somehow, like Pat's saying.
like that. That pin controls the speed of every other fan.
Yeah. Passes it on. That's why some hubs won't work. Yes, you have, but there's no fan setting.
What motherboard do you have?
Yeah, what's your current motherboard? Is it like... Is this like a... Is this like a really old computer?
Is it like a... one you buy from... Lenovo or something, or...
What are you working with here? Is this I don't know exactly, but it's AMD.
Where did you buy it? Where did you buy it from? Let's start with that.
Yeah.
Maybe we should just open a tech support business. Technically, ours are pre-built, right?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with pre-built. Getting built for you before you get it.
Yeah. That's why we say we call ourselves like made to order.
They're made to order pre-builts. They're not just like sitting on a shelf
Yeah.
waiting for you. But they're still pre-builts.
But we've heard plenty of people going with like other companies and
Don't
being regretful.
don't let your favorite YouTube channel persuade you from not getting a pre-built. They're not all bad. Just like every other thing, you gotta watch out what you buy.
BME. Okay.
People more deep.
Enjoy lunch.
There you stop by on your lunch break. Work for that overlord.
Is a Lenovo pre-built? Yeah, that's.
Oh man, I guessed too good, didn't I?
And about the only way you could do worse is like Dell.
Go.
Yeah, those like huge companies, they just mass produce them and
Go for quantity.
yeah.
That please those shareholders.
So, feel free to continue asking any questions or whatever. But I want to go back to okay, so one thing that I found kind of weird during the presentation, and this is literally just a nitpick, is they kind of like read everything out. So like, it just felt kind of weird because you know how we call it the LAN Cool 216?
Yeah.
The presenter was Called it the Landcool 216.
Six.
And it's just a little bit weird. So yeah, they.
Well, I'm gonna start calling it the Landcool 21.6. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It feels weird calling it the SUP-01. I want to call it the SUP-01 or like the SUP. But basically, the concept for it is like it has like a really small footprint. So, and then the way that they achieve that is the GPU is at the front, and then they have like cooling in the back. Like the AIO tubes route to the back, and they have like two like radiator mount type thing. Except for I don't think you can mount a radiator in both of them. I think you can only mount the radiator in one of them. But one of them is fans, and one of them is radiator plus fans. So it's like kind of a crazy layout. And it also has the like back fan thing, like the external back fan. Interesting. Something that I liked that was like just a really small detail is they have like a plastic cover for the PSU shroud so that you can like put SSDs on the PSU shroud, and then there's like a plastic cover for it. Really minor detail. Thought that was. Oh yeah, so yeah, this is what I was talking about. You can do 3 120s, and then this is for the radiator, 280 or a 360. And then they were comparing it. Oh yeah, so it has adjustments for the GPU so that you can center it, and it has kind of like a lock the GPU in place. I don't know how sturdy that is, but they were saying like that it's supposed to have the same like cooling performance as the 216, which, hey Unbox, hello,
What's up, Unbox?
welcome back in. Not sure if it's because we haven't streamed in a little while, or you've just been busy, but if it's because we haven't streamed in a while, sorry about that.
We're sorry.
Having so much trouble sleeping. I feel you though. Oh,
Wouldn't be human if you weren't.
good luck. Hopefully you can get some good sleep. I wanted us to go over like some of the stuff that they talked about in yesterday. I'm pretty sure yesterday, Lee and Lee's they did a digital expo where they're announcing new products. I think that's kind of mostly it for the top 01. I'm gonna call it. Oh, and I guess also it has like a bunch of mesh panels. So And
That was
then
the breakfast of champions.
what's really interesting for us, I feel like, is Dan Case's A3 collaboration that they are doing. You went to bed, slept for like 20 minutes, woke up and just sat in bed. Oh no.
Normal nights, I usually go to bed and then lay in bed for 4 hours, just staring at the blank ceiling.
What I like to try and do is just like, if it's like really bad, I'll just like pick something fun or silly to think about, and then I'll just think about that.
Go find some nice sleep aid,
Like
some NyQuil or something.
like thinking about creating like a card game, like most recently.
NyQuil and all that stuff is because it makes you feel so like drowsy when you wake up.
Yeah.
Like you just feel like you need to rub your eyes all the time. And I hate that feeling.
To like come up with a story. Something like real lighthearted. Just focus on that. What usually
Lots of exercise makes me go to sleep pretty quick. I feel like the days where I'm just like sitting in a chair, like doing something for like on the computer for a long period of time,
vegging out.
don't really do much during the day. Like those are the nights I have the hardest time sleeping. I like go out and do something and guys are just go to.
So yeah, the Dan case is A3. It's a MATX case. I don't even know how to like explain what. It has like a kind of unique layout where I guess like the power supply is kind of like in the front of the case over on like the right of the motherboard. But it's like very customizable. So there's like a bunch of different like positions where you can put the power supply, and there's also support for like, so you can put a small form factor power supply, but you could also put an ATX power supply in. Depending on where you put it, kind of determines the compatibility of the parts. I'll run through some of those. 5 a.m. now. Just gonna make a cup of tea in like an hour and enjoy it.
That is another alternative. You could just try to power through it and stay up, and then just try to go to bed at a normal time the next night and try to reset.
For me personally, that never works because I end up falling asleep in the middle of the day.
Oh. Yeah, if you don't have much going on, then yeah. Bad idea, probably. I do that a lot.
So what's interesting is it has like the like radiator or fan mount in the front. Kind of similar to like the NR200, but it can still, you can still do top mount. I think technically you could end up doing. Like one thing you can do is you can have a ATX PSU in the front. Then there's kind of like, you know how the L11 has like the like front and then kind of like the side, the fan area to the side of the motherboard.
Again? Sorry.
Now the O11 has like the front, the front glass, and then it has like the fan area to the right of the motherboard.
Yeah.
This kind of has a similar thing where it has like the area to the right of the motherboard, and then in the front as well. And then basically you can mount the PSU and an SSD anywhere in like those two areas, and they each have like 3 positions, middle and a bottom. So you end up with like 6 possible positions, like side, top, middle, bottom, and then front, top, middle, bottom. And it looks like this is PSU in the front and at the top. Get 2 fans up top and a 400 millimeter GPU. And with it in the middle, you get 3 fans and a 333 millimeter GPU. But if you put it at the bottom, you can get a 360 radiator up top. So that is really cool that you can have 360 radiator, ATX motherboard, 333 millimeter, and an ATX PSU. You can still have a 120 fan in the back, like exhaust, and then if you really wanted to, you can do 120 fans on the bottom. It's kind of crazy how much stuff you could fit in this.
Sounds like it, yeah.
Oh, and then I'm not sure how it fits into things, but there's still the like fan bracket. So like you genuinely might be able to have like 8 fans in like a really small case. At that point, I don't even know why like you would. I think more fans would just like up the airflow.
Yeah, probably. Interesting to see like test with a certain number of fans and then out. Like they've done for other cases. What was that one case where they put like 10 fans in there and it was like made it way worse? I can't remember what that was.
I know what you're talking about. Were you there?
Worse.
Yeah, I don't really know why you would necessarily want to, because okay, so you decide to mount the PSU in the side area instead of the front. You're limited to 257 millimeters.
Wimpy, wimpy. Word in farther.
I guess you could technically, well, because okay, if you do that, then you do get so I guess actually that would be for people who a water cooler GPU, because you could have the radiator up top and a radiator on the side. I didn't think about that. That's kind of crazy. Oh, and I think it does still have. I can't remember if those are SSD mounts or if you can mount a 3.5 drive. And both the cases I just talked about, two USB-A, phone jack, USB-C.
I like USB-C should be mandatory from here on.
Yeah. And yeah, I was right. The MSRP is $70 for that A3.
That was a big thing that the NR200 was lacking, was USB-C, but now they fixed it.
Then the last, I said they announced like 3 cases and then changed it to technically 4. Depending on your definition, you could say that they announced 2 new cases and then just some variations. They announced O11 Vision Back Connect. So that's a version of the O11 Vision, which, to remind everybody, is like 3 glass panels, like a top glass panel, and it doesn't have like the supports at all. So it's supposed to be just like a uninterrupted view of PC. And then the back connect is mainly joining in on the motherboards with connectors on the back idea. So like, I'll switch over really quick just for a second. You can see that all you can see is like the AIO tubes and then the power cables for the GPU. Pretty much it. Which now noticing they don't have any RAM in there. Oh, and then they say that they're still like working on it, and they still have like other things that they could do, and they talked about adding a screen to the top where you'd normally have room for a radiator. More screen. We need all the screens. And then lastly, they announced O11 Vision Chrome. I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't 100% get this one. I think it's just like there's chrome on it, so it's shinier. I don't know. I think they said that they like treated the glass with chrome, or like they did something. There's chrome in the name now. There you go.
Chrome dome.
Which I'm kind of, being a little bit flippant about it, but I think I did see people in the comments excited about the Chrome version, so I guess maybe I just don't get it.
Just picture people, they're like, yeah. Chrome me. Ian Gallagher, like back in the 80s or whatever, 70s, he used to like smash the fruit. Like hold up the hammer and just like tease everybody. They're like, yeah, smash it, smash it. Do it. Void if removed.
person seems to think that power cable about the SUP 01 seem to think that the power cable for the GPU. What are you talking about?
Let those nerds figure it out.
I think it might just be a little bit. So the way that the GPU is mounted, the power cable is coming to the front, or like to the side panel, the glass panel. There's no way that that's still a little bit far, but I don't. It looks to have plenty of clearance. I don't know why they would. Okay. I don't think that they would release something with like such a flaw. And then on the disarray, hello. On the product side of things, the new model that they released is the Galahad 2 LCD, or not released, but announced. Sorry, Galahad 2 LCD Shift. The main idea behind this is that they have like special tubing, or like specific tubing might be more accurate, so that it can be like flipped to the side. So this is supposed to be like hide all your cables type of thing.
Like Fantex does.
This is kind of the concept right here. Where tubes just they come around here and then they clip in. And there's like a plastic cover. Supposed to really not be able to see it. And they even have a plastic cover for the pump head. So it should be like just the screen that you...
They went really hard on the R&D for this.
Yeah. They apparently really... I think the goal seems to be just like you can't see any sort of anything. Oh, and then I don't know why, like, but I really want to get your opinion. I want to see what you think about their PSU. They announced their Edge series of power supplies, and I'm gonna show Pat first. This is the concept. So this is a USB 2.0 splitter right here, and this is the power connection.
X?
Yeah, I believe so. So the concept is that cases like the 011.
To be fair, I like that better than the Shift. Like where it's facing the builder, you know?
Yeah.
I like that better.
I can see it, but it does seem a little bit silly because it feels like...
I'd have to look at it like in person and build with it.
What are we reviewing? I wanted us to talk about Lee yesterday did they'll kind of do their digital expo where they just talk about stuff that they're planning on making. And right now We already talked about the cases. This is the SUP01. Has a front GPU and cooling in the back. This is the Dan Cases A3. It's an MATX collaboration with Dan Cases, where you can move the PSU around and it gives you different configurations. And then the O11 Vision back connect, where it's Lin Lee's take on a case with the connectors in the back. And the O11 Vision Chrome, where somewhere in this case there's Chrome integrated into it. I believe it's the glass. And then we just talked about the Galahad 2 LCD shift, where it's supposed to be hiding your cables, hide your tubes, hide your pump.
Hide your girlfriends.
I like how they like are like, oh, we need to like hide, and then in the example they like have this where it's not even really great. So I really like the idea behind this edge power supply, but it does kind of feel like they are selling a solution to the problem that they engineered. Because they're like, yeah, so this literally is, you can plug in 4 USB devices here, like USB 2.0, like internal connector. And then there's one output to the motherboard. You knew they'd make a back connect 11 case. You feel smart. That feels gimmicky, but some will like it. Are you talking about what I'm talking about right now, the edge with the USB stuff, or
the shift one feels gimmicky?
The Galahad? Isn't there also a power supply called Shift?
Yeah, I think it's NZXT Shift or something, or Corsair Shift or something. I don't know.
Ah, badness.
Connectors are facing the builder. I don't really see viable post builds, honestly.
Oh.
Corsair. Yeah. A cool thought. I just don't feel like it's usable.
Yeah, you'd have to be very careful about what. I kind of like that though. Back Connect will have a market share. I know you're right. I know it's very likely that there'll be like a Back Connect market share. I don't like it though.
I don't like it.
Like,
talking about the one you just showed?
No, like I don't like the concept necessarily.
Of the one you just showed? The Lian Lee one?
No, like not Lian Lee specifically. I don't like the concept of Back Connect because it feels like it just has like a lot of problems with it, and it feels like we're gonna get some like shoddy implementation that's gonna cause a lot of issues, but people are gonna like the look of it, so it's gonna take off. Yeah. I mean, I fully believe though that will take off though, because like the comment that I read earlier, where they were thinking that the GPU power cable wasn't gonna work. They also have this like really like I'm thrilled to see Liam Lee getting into the rear connect motherboard genre. I believe now is time for the rear connect motherboards to shine and revolutionize the PC model.
Boo.
And I feel like there's probably gonna be more.
Off.
Don't see any. You don't see some revolution happening anytime. Yeah, I don't either. But yeah, real quick, going back to the edge power supply. They say that like meant for like cases like the O11, like they design it like cases like the O11 in mind. But I honestly think that it's more useful in the average case 11, because yes, it can be somewhat finicky and annoying to like unplug power supply stuff in like the O11, but it's significantly easier than in most cases. I'd be willing to try and like mess around with the connectors, whereas like if I have to do it in like a case like that, I'll just take the power supply out because I know that I'm not going to be able to. Most will still use standard boards in cases, GTX PSUs. Realistically though, how often are you plugging and unplugging stuff?
Like there's not enough space in them to do back connect. Only thing against it. You have to flatten all those wires and then push them into the bay still, but
I think that
well, not enough room.
I think that there is a good way to do motherboards with back connectors.
You have to make all the cases deeper.
Well, the whole I mean, there'd be a lot of room in the front that you could play with. I guess not a lot, but you could play with the room in the move the motherboard tray kind of.
You still have to plug them in the back, and like the connectors on the back like are stiff. Like you still got a lot of wire coming out. Like
I think that I think the best way to do back connect motherboards would be have a standardized like clear space. So like
for case manufacturers,
for like an agreed upon between motherboard and case manufacturer.
yeah, exactly. It's a whole redesign though. I don't see that happening.
Well, like
Look at all the power connectors and form factors they've tried in the past that just fall through.
yeah, and that's why I'm saying that I don't think that it would work out well, because I don't think that they could agree on. But like, this may be a $1 million idea that I'm just giving out for free here, but what if
Make the millionaires richer.
What if they did something like this? Where you could still have like you could still have like the roughly in like this kinda. You still have the mounting points like this. But like there's this agreed upon clear space where the connectors can come through here. And then that way, no matter where the motherboard manufacturer puts the connectors, it's gonna fit. Okay, here's my $1 million idea.
Pushing that through.
Here's my $1 million idea.
Huh?
No. But
Get it out, man. I'm trying to get rich.
okay. So like these little scribbles are the mounting points. Did a bad job of. See if I can like. So you have like the regular mounting points. You just have like a agreed upon clear space where the case manufacturer can just punch out holes here. And then the motherboard manufacturers have the freedom to put the connectors anywhere in these clear spaces. So that kind of solves like, as opposed to like potentially as opposed to potentially
Punk sounds like I stole a bunch of money and I'm riding off into the Mexican sun.
it does. Because what I think most companies are doing is like, okay, I'm gonna have this connector here. I'm gonna have this connector here. I'm gonna have this connector here, here, and here. So I'm gonna make a case that punches out holes here, 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 and here and here. I'm gonna sell my case with my motherboard, and they can only work together.
Ooh.
And I feel like that's where how most of them are gonna be. But this is the only way that I would see it being like an industry.
Cooler Master needs more recognition for these things. Sorry, they do. Fan connectors.
Oh yeah, the like clips.
They need way more recognition for this.
That's my TED talk on how to make backwards facing. They can do that, then I think that I'd be a little less skeptical of backwards facing motherboards. Yeah, the Edge does come with 12-volt high power cable. They have some kind of funky cables. They have they call it a Y-type SATA cable, where it basically has two tails. They have what they call close serial SATA cable, where it's just like you took like a SATA cable and just crunched them all down on the end.
Nice.
The power supplies do come in black and white.
Enjoy that.
They have a 1300 watt 80 plus platinum, and then 1000 watt and 850 watt gold, and they have a separate 850 watt version for non-sleeved cables. And then they talked about their newest iteration on their desk case, and it's just wild. So yeah, apparently they're still working on it, but it has one monitor mount, one monitor arm, has a cup holder that can both heat and cool.
Okay, necessary.
Has like a little hockey puck thing that pops up with like a bunch of USB USB-A, USB-C, butt ton of them. Has a like hidden compartment, like drawer, like it's accessible from the top. Drawer. Has support for 2 360 radiators. They want you to like mount your GPU specific way with a riser cable so that you can see your GPU in all its glory. Have like drive bay. It looks like it might be their hot swap stuff. Could be wrong about that. Of course, there's just tons of fans. And I know that they mentioned that they did this on one of the last iteration of their desk case, but I can't tell if there's a button to like turn the glass opaque or not. Oh, how could I forget? They have a see-through OLED monitor built in to the desk.
That spells America.
So I guess you can use it as a monitor, but you can still see through and see. Hey, Jody Fish. That monitor is insane. Yeah, let me see if I can. Oh yeah, here we go. I actually just somehow just so happened. It's an LG transparent OLED display. So that's interesting. And that's all they had.
That's a thing.
The SUP01 is, I think, one of those things where I'd want to build in it once to try it out.
Yeah.
I really like the Dan Case's A3. Talked about backwards connect stuff. I personally don't really see the point in the IO, the Galahad 2 LCD shift. Hide your cables. I do have to admit that it would be kind of nice for us, maybe, though. And I kind of like the Edge power supply. I think it's interesting. Day 2 home from work for being sick. Oh no. You get better soon. Hope you feel better. Hopefully it's not anything too sick, too serious. Oh wait, how much is the desk? Joking, but
Of a kind. Not pay that much. Stupid USB. Void warrant.
So I can get one of their current desk cases, Micro Center, for only $1,899.99.
Pretty good. Does it come with like fans and all that stuff? Everything's all integrated.
No, I'm pretty sure it's just the case.
You have to fill out like. Pretty good price though.
Got your tax return info and you finalized your PC build list. Only thing left is to wait for the return to hit your bank account.
Nice.
Ooh. Heck yeah.
Go girl.
Why is someone reviewing a Dell Optimus?
They were the PC of the future at one point.
Thing? I'll take your word on it. Okay.
CPU time.
It's also time to look at Disarray's build list. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay. Going with the 7800X 3D. Deep Cool LT720 white. Gigabyte B650 AOR's Elite AX. Ice. 32 6000. Team Force. Western Digital Drive. 4.0. 1 terabyte and a 2 terabyte. I like it. I like it. Sapphire Nitro Radeon RX 7900 XTX. And then the 216 PG A850G power supply.
I put this bad boy on.
Is it?
Or it screws into the PCIe bracket.
Oh.
Why not?
Is LAN Cool not the one that has the like support?
Ankle does.
I'd prefer that support over that one.
Sadly, this is not a LAN Cool.
Oh yeah, it does the DXT. Sorry, I goofed up for a second.
Take what we can get. I too prefer that one though. But I mean, it's got 4 mounting holes, so that's more support.
That might not be a good idea for us to do.
Oh yeah?
I'd be worried about it hitting the GPU and shipping and damaging it. That might be like one of those things where we recommend the customer try that out once they get it.
Pretty easy to install. Undo 3 screws and plot them in. I don't want to see what.
And then I'm not really gonna comment on peripherals because our area of expertise and kind of personal preference. Then you did go with the Asia Horse cable extensions. Does
That's a
the
cool little spot.
Does the MSI MPG have a white version? Do you know off the top of your head?
The power supply?
Yeah. I'll look it up.
That's actually a pretty cool little support. I do recommend installing this when you get it. Back in the GPU box though. Port never hurts, especially with these fatter cards.
So that's weird. Hey, hello, hello. You have to be very precise when identifying fungi. There's not much room for error. Oh my goodness.
Got him. Yeah, this board has a pretty beefed up socket, so there's not gonna be much sag, I don't think. You still recommend the support.
So, disarray. I know that we literally talked about cable extensions, and I should have said this before. But what do you think about the MAG A850 GL PCIe 5 white?
Ah, there's no sag. Prime A's are really good boards.
You already own the PSU? Okay. Because here I'll copy the link just because you said you have bots blocked.
But
Because your GPU cable is still going to be black. Are you okay with that? Or dude, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't think that
I mean, you can do an extension, but we all know how that goes, right?
well, I don't think Asia Horse has that extension.
No, the cable mod does. I mean, they're fixing the problem, but
Oh, that's right. This is sorry, I forgot that this is AMD card. Never mind. I was thinking NVIDIA. I was thinking the 12 volt high power.
well, that makes it easier. You can still get cable mod.
Yeah. That is going to be fun managing those cables though. Because even though I like the look of like the cable extensions, they do add a lot of length. Asia Horse does make a 12 volt high power though. That surprises me.
Sure, they would by now. I thought I had one more SATA connector, but brain is not. Cooler Master. I thought the pump.
No, I'm looking it up real quick.
and find out.
Huh. Interesting. No, I found it. It's
Interesting.
I like this kit.
The Asia horse one?
This 12-volt high power. It has the 12-volt high power. Has two CPU 8 pins, 4+4 pins. Has the power supply 24 pin. I don't know if they just had this in like more colors.
Refresh.
Only they have black and white. $30.
We need. Not bad.
My son likes to cause a scene by going up to his loft and playing the bongos very loudly. A little dramatic. Thank you for all you do, C-Playa. I mean that. I mean that. I'm not joking. I mean that.
God bless you. Starting managed democracy.
Well, yeah, I wonder why they kind of cut back on the colors. Why do they have like a NVIDIA color set? I mean, not NVIDIA, Octua. You got the black, the like tan or beige, and the brown.
People love doo-doo brown.
Apparently.
It's taught us anything. People love doo-doo brown.
Oh yeah, sorry, I kind of just read out your build list and didn't comment on it at all of disarray. I mean, we've been talking about it for a while, so like I knew that it was going to be pretty good and well optimized, and not to mention like I know that because you watch us a lot, you're not going to like, oh, let me get a Samsung 960 billion Pro Max. That's going to cost a lot more for.
Put in these SATA connectors.
Someone commenting on my Samsung 9478943 Pro? Yeah, I am. Everyone, people who don't know a ton about the industry just automatically add it to their build list when there are kind of better, cheaper alternatives. The same thing with like Corsair Vengeance, stuff like that. Automatically goes on the build list.
I need Samsung this and Samsung that and Corsair this.
It was on sale. As long as you actually, you know, took the time to see what was like good at the time and on sale. I don't have issues with that.
But it's not S tier. Can't put anything in a PC that's not S tier. Sorry, but those like articles that come out that have like S tier for video games are literally ruining video games. You need to stop that shit.
Ooh.
Well,
One of these days you'll get a build from us? Heck yeah. You can sit and watch it be built and tell us puns the entire time.
yeah,
Be great.
bad jokes. Plugged in here.
Or clip.
Hot panel. Hooray. Lights.
Oh, let me. Yeah.
Boot light, yay. Let cases do its little tickle thing. Or off.
There's some bright fans. It is also because the case is white. But yeah, it is also.
The LEDs are pretty light. They're diffused though.
It looks a lot worse on camera in terms of like being blown out, but
there we go. All right. A D. Do it. Order 1304. 1304. 3, 2, 1. Ooh, look at the camera's a lot closer. $60 rad. Fans. Back. Nice and managed. Lots of cables, lots of fans. Data, and power is routed into the drive bay, just kind of sitting here in case you want to add some extra drives. All right.
thank you so much for buying from us.
Yay. Premium fan option. Very nice. Looks great. Congrats whoever's getting this beast. Yeah, this is definitely a beast.
Yeah. Really went ham. Like MSI GPUs, they have a decent look. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like most kind of GPUs. I feel like Zotac is one of the main. Actually, like, look.
They went out of their way to be different. Don't forget your glass has plastic on both sides here, so you peel that off when you take all the packing out that we're going to put in there.
Wow. Heck yeah. Other lawnmower under our belt.
Another RGB lawnmower. The one that didn't blow up when I turned it on. And it happened. You just gotta keep watching. Like when you go mow your lawn, you're like, oh, I'm for sure not cutting off my foot this time. And it just happens one time. Top middle fan out of sync.
Oh.
What do you mean, RGBs?
Yeah, because like
It's just going crazy rainbowish right now.
yeah.
We have to set everything. Doing what it wants.
It is a bit odd, actually, but I mean, it could probably just reboot and be fine. And like Pat said, we need to install the software and get it customized, anyways. But I do see what you mean. I think it should be the same as the other two.
I mean, if you want, I can tear it apart. And...
No, I think it just needs either a reboot or just software. I don't think that there's any like hardware. Yeah.
Literally just.
There's an article on basically. Yeah, that is one thing about Gigabyte. They will push out a bunch of revisions all the time. So.
Definitely don't want 1.0. Always a revision.
That is one thing they have. If they do have an issue, there'll be a revision to fix it. Okay. We're gonna get this bad boy.
Yeah, I'm not messing with that because the hardware, Cooler Master hardware is pretty, or software is pretty.
Yeah.
Crazy, and it syncs all that stuff.
And you know, if we do load the software and there's an issue, we'll fix it.
It could just be that fan firmware is not the same as the other ones. Every time I do Cooler Master fans, you have to plug them into the hub, and it has like a smart hub where it knows all the firmware for each fan. It individually updates each fan. Pretty crazy.
It is also as well, like, it could just be as simple as
the software will sync everything.
It could be as simple as it just had a little bug initializing and we'll fix it.
Master software is pretty good. I boot though.
They take a 750 gram PCB and put a 10-pound cooler on it and wonder why it cracks. It went crazy for 42.
Yeah, I know. This is a big card too, and there's no sag, but part of that is mostly because of the board. The MSI, I mean, Prime A's are kind of crazy, pretty beefy.
I don't mind if they made like the bracket 4 slot, but man, I would not. 4 slots of cooler. But even then, I don't know, if it had like an extra slot just for support, that'd be kind of sucky if like you're a person that wants to have whatever, not other expansion cards. I blanked on. Yeah. Okay. In any case, though, we're gonna go ahead and start the raid. We're gonna raid Disabled One. Playing some Skull and Bones, so I can see some gameplay. And I'm interested to see how exactly it plays. Kind of interesting talking about it earlier. And kind of same thing, a bit slow right now. We don't have another build lined up at the moment, so not exactly sure when we'll be streaming next. We'll probably try as usual to get some gaming going, but
tell your friends to order.
Yeah,
we build more.
You know, we may or may not be working on a sale. And once we get that figured out, hopefully share with anyone that'll listen to you that we're doing a sale and they can afford to get a computer, their tax return money if they'd like. Yeah, hope everyone has a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go give a bunch of love to Disabled One.
Happy Friday.
Yeah, that's all from us. Okay, bye everybody.
See you next time.